What is up, my friends? There's so much going on in the world, and we love it. We love everything. One of the things that really caught my eye and my ear recently was Rory over at Bay Hill talking about the conditions of the golf course. And we hear this over and over and over, these PGA professionals complaining about whatever, green speeds, inconsistency, all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's really fantastic. Like, none of us ever get any type, we don't even get close to the level of conditions that they get week in and week out on the PGA Tour. And yet they want everything perfect. They want every green to roll exactly the same speed. They want every piece of every green to be perfect. They want the rough to be the perfect length. Now, what's interesting to me is I got to play Sawgrass in January, and the rough was much longer for me than when the pros play it right now. So what does this mean? That just means that they don't care about me. They care about the pros, and the pros get everything they want. All right, that's fine. We get that. They want the perfect conditions. But why does it have to be so perfect? Why do you have to have every green rolling exactly the same speed? I don't get that, right? And yet I have to somehow manage my game. And even the younger players trying to become great players, they don't get that. Nobody gets that except when you're at that ultimate level. And for years, so many of us think that, man, if I just had that caddy like that, those types of conditions, galleries around to help find my golf ball, like I could shoot lower scores too. Maybe. I mean, you got a little bit longer course, but the fairway's running hard and fast most of the time. And they rarely lose a ball unless it goes in the water or something like that. So they have the most perfect conditions. And then you hear guys like Rory just frustrated with the inconsistencies of, let's say, some of the greens. And they would get too fast, or some spots were too shiny, which really means fast. Here's how I look at it. You are the best players in the world. You should be able to determine, based on how much time, effort, energy you pour into your practice and your practice rounds and all the stuff you get to do to prepare for an event, you should be able to look at a green and say, it's going to be a little quicker here. You should be able to feel it more so than anybody else, just because of your level of experience. The inconsistency of the playing conditions should be part of the challenge of winning a golf tournament. You should be able to somehow look at it, feel it, be able to tell what it's going to do. You've got that history, that experience. You play every single day. You've played multiple practice rounds on that course, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You get at least 3 opportunities or more to play the course. And then you play the tournament rounds. And as the tournament unfolds, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you should be able to make adjustments. It shouldn't be perfect. I don't believe the rough should all be uniform, perfect, manicured rough. You hit it off of a fairway. It should be different. They should have some long, some short, some longer than that. It should be challenging for you. I'm all for the inconsistency out there. I wish your fairways looked more like the fairways I play on a weekly basis than the ones you play. And, for those of us who have had opportunities to play, let's say, PGA venues right after an event, man, those conditions are pretty spectacular. I've played courses where the course next door around the corner you hit and the ball doesn't run on the fairway. It's soft conditions, mushy, whatever. But you go to that tour course and you hit and you get 30 yards a roll. That's big. No wonder they hit it so far. So here's what I also think is so crazy ironic that Rory says this is Rory made the cut at Sawgrass because of these crazy conditions that people had to play under. So obviously the Players Championship is going on into Monday, and we had the second round still wrapping up on Sunday, and then the third round starts on Sunday, and then but their second round, there was a period of time where the rains cleared out and these 30-mile-an-hour plus winds rolled through. And good thing, because that allowed Rory to make the cut at 2 over par. So because of crazy playing conditions and, let's say, inconsistencies amongst what one player gets versus another player, Rory makes the cut. And he gets to play the weekend and make money at the Players Championship. I mean, these winds were 30 miles an hour, and you're stepping up into the 17th island green with a 30-mile-an-hour, into crosswind, trying to hit a 120-yard shot with a 7-iron or 6-iron just to keep it under the wind, but it's getting blown off and into the water. Crazy. So it's just so funny that a lot of players, I'm just picking on Rory a little bit, but a lot of the players complain about inconsistencies in conditions, or this guy got a good draw, this guy got a bad draw, based on just random weather events that help some players and hurt others. But Rory gets the benefit of that. And so it all really works out in the end. There's all kinds of conditions out there. And if it's up to me, I say, hey, don't be so perfect with the golf course. Yeah, it should be in great shape, but we don't have to make it so that we're catering to the players all the time. I'm 100% for carnage out there on the PGA Tour. I love US Opens where it gets, let's say, out of control and players are scrambling and they're struggling and they're frustrated. We love that. It's great television. So I think that for the viewer, for us watching, I want to see their balls flying all over the planet. I want to see them under stress, duress. I want to see them stressed out. I want to see, let's say, the carnage on the golf course, because it is more of what the average player faces day in and day out. That's our normal round. So then when we get to see a tour player go through what we go through all the time, well, that's a lot more relatable. It's a lot more, let's say, enjoyable to watch occasionally. I don't want to see you shooting 20 under par after 2 rounds of golf. That to me is like, what is that? Like, is that even, I can't even comprehend that. But so I don't necessarily need to see that all the time. I need to see more 3-putts. I need to see more water balls. I need to see more double bogeys, because that's what happens to us. Yeah, we have good rounds. We have bad rounds. But we're faced with all kinds of crazy conditions. The course that we play, they could be good shape, mediocre shape. But when we see just perfection, I love seeing a beautiful golf course. But I also love to see players struggle through that. So grow that rough. You can't control the weather, but you can control, let's say, the green speeds, the firmness of the fairways. They don't all need to be the hardest fairways in the world where you're getting 30, 40, 50 yards of run. They could be hard. They could be soft. They could be longer. You can control a lot of things out there to make the game a little more challenging for these guys. I want to see those scores drop, is what I'm saying. I don't want to see you shooting 10 under par every round. That's just not relatable to me. What's fun and exciting is when there's some craziness happening. And regardless of whatever happens, there's always somebody or a few somebodies who shoot well, who do well. And so you got one guy complaining or a few guys complaining, and yet other people are still playing good golf because their game is on point and they can do that. And that's what we want. We want the best player to win each and every week. And I want to see those conditions get tougher and tougher and tougher. Weather is a lot to do with that, but course setup, a lot can be done to make it even tougher. And that's what I want week in, week out, is these tougher venues. Make it challenging. Make it more viewer enjoyable. We love seeing kind of little accidents, train wrecks on the golf course. That's fun to watch. So, sorry, Rory, I'm not with you on this one. I think conditions should be tougher and more inconsistent. What do you guys think? Comment below. Let me know your thoughts and what you like to see on TV when you're watching golf.